They call me the anchor artist.
In the heart of downtown Sharon, you'll find a studio specializing in all forms of clay making, Circle K Studio. It's owned by Christian Kuharik.
We offer beginning wheel throwing classes, and that's the staple of what we do here.
Kuharik taught pottery classes in Mercer, Pennsylvania before relocating to the downtown.
About 5 years ago, I ventured out and met up with Karen Winter, and she offered me a opportunity to come to downtown Sharon, and it just made sense that all my clients were this way. And that was when Water Fire was starting up, so they call me the anchor artist because I was the first. I teach part-time at Penn State Shenango and run their ceramics program there, but it's an easy way to bring in supplemental income. So, and as a teacher, I want to teach. As soon as I started at Penn State Shenango, I had a group of women come to me and wanted to take classes, but they didn't want to do it in the university atmosphere. They asked if I could help them, and they've been with me for about 10 years now.
Kuharik says most customers find his studio through word of mouth.
I have people coming from as far as Erie and East Liverpool and Franklin, places like that. It's pretty amazing that I don't advertise, and I think it's just a service that is unique for the area, and people kind of search me out.
The people coming in for classes at his studio range from children to senior citizens.
There's always about 45 people registered, in a week that come through here. And this is the fullest we've been in a while. We have facilities for 8 people for a class, and had to make room in new classes to accommodate everybody. We have to do a process called wedging, and this is called ram's head wedging. And this gets all the air bubbles out of the clay. Looks like a ram's head. This is the potter wheel. This is an electric wheel. Always runs on electric power, so it just has a foot switch. You push down and you just start it, and you let off, it stops. You've seen a lot of the sipping paints they have where you go for 2 hours, paint a painting, have a couple glasses of wine, and then you take everything home with you. This isn't like this. This is a very slow process. Pinch in at the bottom here and kind of lift with my hands. I'm just going to lift the clay up in the air. The pottery wheel was invented about 5000 BC. Kind of halfway is what we call leather hard, so it's halfway between wet and dry. At that point, you can kind of handle them, and you can trim the bottoms to make those nice, or put handles on, or carve into them and things like that. And then they have to dry slow before they go into the kiln for the first time. So the first kiln they go into is called a bisque kiln, and that kind of hardens the clay up and kind of turns it into what we call, it's actually physically pottery then. Most of the kilns I build are gas kilns or wood-fired kilns. This is electric kiln, which gives you certain kind of style of glazing, very bright colors. At minimum, you'd probably need 3 classes to get through the whole process of making, decorating and glazing. 6 weeks gives you kind of a overall of the process.
And in Kuharik's business, being cost-effective means making his own materials such as glazes.
Usually I have them in 5-gallon buckets that we have over here in the back. I can make a glaze for pennies compared to what I can buy online. So if I bought a 5-gallon bucket of glaze online, it might be $140. A local supplier in Pittsburgh that I go to, and they have all the raw materials there, and there's Ohio Ceramics. There's so many different mistakes you can make, and you got to make them all, and everybody makes them. So, you can't get past this without getting through those mistakes. But that's what makes you better. Consistency is kind of the key to all this. So the more you practice, the better you get.
But he says you don't have to be a master of the craft to get enjoyment from it.
It's a good confidence builder for kids. The kids make a big turnaround. And even for adults, it's a confidence booster to be able to make something from start to finish like that, from materials from the earth that you're able to use into a functional object, a utilitarian. We really didn't have any ceramics around this area. Now we have 3 studios in the last 5 years. So it's from people that just saw it on TV or saw it in a demonstration as a kid and always wanted to kind of try that. It's different artists that are maybe in between school, or people that just want to come down and share some laughs and good times, and we call it our cheers.